Now, on to the Daily Star, Francis. Elon Musk is calling for a colourblind society, which is fine, I suppose, if you're trying to sell self-driving cars, of course.
Yes, absolutely. He says that the media is racist to whites and Asians, and he wants a colourblind society. And it comes after Scott Adams, creator of the popular Dilbert comic, basically had a meltdown online where he said that black people were a hate group.
Yeah.
And
did you watch it?
Yes, I did indeed.
Yeah.
And it was
Would you personally characterise it genuinely as a meltdown? Because he looked pretty cool to me.
No. He always plans everything, Scott Adams. Definitely wasn't a meltdown, but carry on.
Yeah, but so to me, when I saw it, well, the reason I called it a meltdown is I couldn't see why he did it. I couldn't see what value he was going to...
drawing cartoons.
Maybe he just wanted to go out in a blaze of glory.
He's done extraordinary. I followed him on Twitter since 2015. He was the first person to call it for Trump, long before anyone thought he'd even make it to the candidature. And he's written some interesting books about... you know, how different people see the same news event through different prisms and so on. He's no idiot. He was referring, of course, to a poll, you'll be aware of this, Rasmussen poll, in which 50% of the black population either didn't agree with the phrase "it's okay to be white" or couldn't say whether how they felt about it.
Yeah. So I don't think it's very complicated. It's almost too much for this little segment. But Scott Adams says he's done a lot following it a lot, and I've been watching all of it. And so he's always been very liberal. He's always been actually pro. Even he said we should have reparations through taxation. So he's been very, very liberal. And he says that the reason if black people do struggle in America, it's because of systemic racism. So he actually has a lot of very left-wing ideas. And what he was saying though was. It's very complicated what he's saying. He's justified it. And he pointed out one thing that was interesting, that the people cancelling him are all white liberals who live in separate neighbourhoods, who don't live in the inner city. And he basically, he claims that it wasn't in any way racist. And it would seem strange for someone that liberal to suddenly make a racist statement.
Well, it's not come out of anywhere. Of course, this is revealed preference over, virtue signalling. The reality is that the middle-class white population in America are forever trying to set up gated developments away from ethnically mixed neighbourhoods. I mean, all he's done is acknowledge something that millions of people have spent their entire lives doing.
Well, but he also says, like, stay the hell away from them, for instance.
Yeah.
That was
strongly put.
The hate group phrase he admitted was hyperbole. Yeah. What he said was two things. He said he was using race as a proxy for class, as in he was saying he was just doing it as a sort of, if certain neighbourhoods struggle, then wouldn't it be logical to get away from them? And he said he was using race as a proxy. And the other thing, I'm trying to remember the other thing, is his justification for it is a bit sort of complicated. I can't remember the other thing he said, but he's just...
Well,
you have to watch all the
I
follow-up.
think reasonably, you say if there is a group of people of whom half have said that they're not sure if it's not OK to hate you on the strength of your skin colour, that makes that group a hate group.
Yeah, the other thing I remember, he was saying the media has encouraged that attitude.
Of course
he was just replying.
But Musk's point, which is the headline, of course, which we should acknowledge, Musk is simply saying that the pendulum has swung too far the other way. Well, that we can probably all agree with, right?
we can absolutely agree with that, and with what Musk is saying. And the problem is an overcorrection in attitudes when it comes to race, and the pendulum swinging too far the other way, is that inevitably there will be a backlash and there will be a reaction to this fact. So I don't understand why people are trying to push these types of narratives.
Agree.